helpful too that, it doesn't cost anyone anything to talk to us. We handle the entire case on a contingency fee basis, and we don't get paid if we don't collect for them. And they don't have to worry about paying money in advance and paying for the cost of litigation. We fund all that, and I think that's pretty comforting to the people to know that we will take over from here and see it to the end.
That ties back to helping the little guy again, because the fact of the matter is that whole concept of a contingency fee agreement was intended to open up the courtroom to those who otherwise couldn't afford to go hire a lawyer. So, lawyers like our firm, we take the risk sometimes to advance a client's cause of action, and they're allowed access to that courtroom where otherwise they wouldn't be able to afford it. And so it dovetails back with that helping the little guy again, which I find so rewarding, actually.
And let's talk about what's on the other side of that. Huge insurance companies, day in and day out,
who have all the resources at their disposal.
Multi-billion-dollar companies trying to minimize your client's damages, trying to give everyone the short end of the stick, including the attorneys. So that's when I find the rewarding part is when you get to stand up to them and say, no, this isn't right, and my client's injuries are worth a lot more than you've been saying. And maybe that ties into when we have to go into litigation, because that's ultimately what does happen.
Which is one of my favorite parts, is really bringing the story of the person to the other side, because until that moment, they're a number. And I like to talk about how this particular wrongdoing has really affected that person, whether it's they lost their business, they're unable to work, they, in my case, had hip clients who can't work on their farm anymore, and that's all they've ever done. And until that moment, they don't really think about it like that. They think of it as, I'm making this product and this is what I do, and you're just a number, you're someone who's bought my product, and they don't really think of how it's affected them personally.
Classic case of that is little kids and dogs these days, where the insurance companies just don't understand how devastating a dog attack can be for a child that's going to bear the scars of that the rest of their lives, or for parents who have to deal with, what do I do now? This insurance company is calling and they're telling me this, and I don't think that's right. And that's the kind of case that I think has been maybe the most rewarding during my career, is helping parents through sometimes really tragic injuries that a dog has caused.